of course, I agree with C.S. Lewis's statement that says you're never too old to start a new dream. Everyone can start something no matter how small it is. You're welcome to the conversation showing on your digital first Pan-African News Network, TOS Television, reaching you from Nigeria's federal capital city, Abuja. My name is Merciful Ajinamo. Before I bring you the crux of the conversation, which is the big story, we have a couple of developments from across Africa. We begin from Sudan, where resistant communities are organizing protests in Sudan's capital, that is Khartoum, announced 2 days of strikes and civil disobedience starting on Tuesday to protest the latest violence. And now we'll move over to Guinea, where the ousted President Alpha Condé on Monday departed Guinea at noon to go abroad for a medical checkup. Sources said his destination is unknown. Selfin Dane Maklouf, head of Tunisia's Conservative Karema Party, and another opposition figure have been released by the country's military court, his lawyer said on Monday. And I will bring you developments across Africa, talking about COVID-19 update. After that, we'll bring you the big story. It is the conversation, and our social media community, which is at TOS TV Network on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, is a must follow. So if you have not followed yet, please do so now so you do not miss out on everything that we have for you. Of course, update from Nigeria and of course across Africa. And our website is right there, www.tostvnetwork.com. And our YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe so you do not miss out on amazing videos. It's the big story segment of the conversation. Of course, that's the crux. And this time our focus is on insecurity, the unending spate of banditry in Zamfara state. And we're being joined in the studio by Adebayo Fajimi, a journalist. You're welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you very much.
Okay, we do know of the happenings in Zamfara, talking about banditry activities and attacks here and there. And of course, the Daily Times newspaper this morning reported that Governor Matawale is of the opinion that banditry won't end soon in Zamfara. What do you make of everything that's been happening so far, especially in Zamfara state?
Well, I subscribe to the governor's opinion because three things we are not taking very serious in tackling this menace. Number one is intelligence gathering, integration, and development. So as long as we are lagging behind on those three key areas, of course, this menace will persist. And what do I mean by that? Intelligence gathering. How are we studying the structure and the leadership or the motivation of these terrorists? Number two is those terrorists that have been, that have surrendered, and the government said they are trying to integrate them. So what process? What process or what actions are they taking in terms of integration? Integrating them back to the society, and in terms of development, what action or what is the government doing to ensure that development rises on a high pedestal in the nation? So you can see, so as long as we do not address these three areas very well, this spate will continue.
And there's something the governor has been hammering on recently. Of course, not really recently, but he has always been hammering on the fact that the press, the media, is always exaggerating numbers. He said, before now we saw hundreds of people were affected by all of this, and he has come out to say, no, it's just 58 people and not 200 people that were killed in recent attacks. Do you think it's a way of covering up what is happening, or it's a way of making it really not so hard, like a bitter pill to swallow? What's your opinion on that?
We have one problem in this nation, and the problem is, trust in the leadership system. There was an incident that happened in Lagos last year. I want to remember now, at a very close to along I think around Kuti or so, where a vehicle killed 2 students, and the media reported that I think about 20, and the police reported just 2. and eyewitnesses. In fact, I have a friend who confirmed to me when I traveled to Lagos that the number was more than 2. You know, you have a leadership system that will not want to admit failure, because you know they don't want to be accountable. So, well, we cannot underestimate the fact that, you know, some section of the media don't do proper or good journalism. Do you understand? But at the same time, whether 200, whether 50, you know, it is still a problem. So who deserves to die? Or even though we believe that everybody would die, who deserves to die that way, you know, in a gruesome manner like that? So rather than all this back and forth and just trying to, you know, not trying to admit, you know, mistake and, you know, take responsibility, I think what it needs to do now is what is the way forward and ensure that, you know, this problem stops. So all this, and whether 200, whether 50, even if it is 1 or 2, nobody deserves to die that way. And this has to stop.
Now that he has said the banditry would end soon, of course, we know families who have lost people, victims, relatives and friends and everything. And we are seeing that, of course, on the same Daily Times, that they wrote 9 Zamfara communities to pay 24 million naira ransom or face attacks. It's more like a threat in this present dispensation that we currently are in Zamfara state, a northern state in Nigeria. Bandits are issuing threats to communities under the watch of a sitting governor and, of course, a sitting president. What is your take on how this is happening? Because it's more like people are actually contacting communities to say, look, if you don't give us money, we'll attack. And it's like people are afraid. What's your take on it?
That is telling us that government needs to change tactic. I think a lawmaker from Zamfara state, Sulaiman Gumi, also said yesterday that even these terrorists have changed tactic. He said they no longer go after even women, that they are now after male gender. Whether if you are young or old, they just go after you. So that tells you. Now, despite all the moves that the federal government has made, yet these people are still, you know, taking charge of some places in the northern part. That tells us that our intelligence gathering is very poor. So have we really studied the motivation of these people? Have we studied their modus operandi? Have we studied their leadership structure? So all we just want to do, we shut down the telecoms. Has that make any difference? It hasn't. So that means a lot still needs to be done to ensure that this is well contained. So all this, whether this or that, I don't believe so much in that. So the effort so far is futile. So there is need for them to do more. And Nigerians are looking forward to seeing them coming out to ensure that this comes to an end.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Adebayo, for joining us on the show.
Thank
today.
you very much.
And thank you, viewers, for staying tuned to the conversation. Don't forget, we're coming your way every Mondays to Fridays at 11 a.m. And of course, our social media platforms are right there for you to follow and stay updated. That is at TOS TV Network on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and our website, www.tostvnetwork.com. Our YouTube is right there for you to like and subscribe so you do not miss out on our amazing content. Thank you again for joining us. My name is Merciful Ajinomo. Stay safe and see you tomorrow.